Big trade today. There's always a big pre-draft trade leading up to the draft. The Philadelphia Eagles have agreed to trade picks number 16, 19, and 194 to the New Orleans Saints in exchange for picks 18, 101, 237, and a 2023 first round pick and a 2024 second round pick. This is actually a pretty good trade for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I say that because the fact that number 1, they still be able to keep 2 first round picks in the 2022 draft with 15 and 18. And also considering the fact that there's like really no quarterbacks worthy of being a first round pick in the 2022 draft. This gives Jalen Hurts another opportunity to prove the Eagles organization and the fans that he can be the guy, the franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles for the future. Now, personally, I like Jalen Hurts as a leader, but as far as performance on the field, uh, I'm sorry. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles offense is a little bit vanilla. It's a little too RPO oriented. Um, And personally, when I sat down and I watched the Philadelphia Eagles this past year, they seemed to struggle with the Miles Sanders thing. So I felt like Jordan Howard provided an excellent spark for y'all. But getting back to the trade, 2 first round picks in the 2020 and 2022. They can add depth at the wide receiver position, which they possibly need. There have been rumors about the possible trade for a DK Metcalf. That was the speculation. You saw what the Miami Dolphins did with the Tyreek Hill trade. They gave up multiple first round picks to attain Tyreek Hill. So I could see the Philadelphia Eagles possibly doing something like that to bolster the wide receiving core. Who got some young guys there. Devontae Smith was a rookie last year. They had another threat on the outside. I feel like they should be good to go on their offense. But let's go ahead and take a look at the flip side for the New Orleans Saints because I find this interesting. So it seems like this New Orleans Saints every year, for some reason, they always seem to be in salary cap hell. I believe the start of the 2022 offseason, the New Orleans Saints were sitting over $70 million in cap space, and they restructured some contracts, and they was able to bring that cap back down. The New Orleans Saints definitely show their aggression as far as they're not willing to cave in and call it and try to rebuild the franchise. Like you saw, for example, they was literally trying to make a run at Deshaun Watson. Like when at the like last just looking at last year after the whole after the at we ship the ship has been sailed on the whole Drew Brees thing, and we had Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. I like what Jameis Winston brought to the table, but Taysom Hill was a little bit iffy. But I'm happy they decided to, well, excuse me, Taysom Hill decided to make that full conversion to being a tight end, even though I thought he would be better at wide receiver. But I'm just the guy. So for the Saints, it's looking like they're really trying to make a push this year in adding pieces to the roster to possibly make a competitive run in 2022. Now, excuse me, needs for the New Orleans Saints, add another pass catcher. You got what? Michael Thomas got the durability issues. You just re-signed Traquan Smith back. They could possibly add another pass catcher. After Terran Armstead left in free agency to the Miami Dolphins, you could add another tackle. You lost both your safeties, and Marcus Williams and Malcolm Jenkins retired just this past week, actually. So you need to add somebody on the back end at the safety position. But I like what the Saints are doing. Like they're not giving up and calling it. They're looking to revamp, reload, and try to make a possible run at this thing. It's possible. Well, considering the fact Tom Brady came out of retirement, things is interesting in the NFC South, I would say. But the Saints got a chance. I'm not gonna argue. The Saints definitely do have a chance. Um, they did add Andy Dalton, which if we have issues with Jameis, it's a possibility that, well, I know Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is a serviceable backup at this point of his career. I feel like he was a very underrated quarterback as a starter, but that ship has sailed as far as him being a starter. I feel like could be a very serviceable backup for the New Orleans Saints. But it's going to be interesting. We're going to continue to monitor this, especially we're leading up to the draft. The Eagles or the Saints could possibly make another move. They got the draft picks. They can make another move.
Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. We don't care what you said. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. We ain't hearing what you said. Nah, for the bay. Fire!